What's up, guys? Just standing out here in the front porch. Got a lot of packages recently, all for the EcoBoost Miata. So I just wanted to kind of have you guys tag along while we dig in. So let's check it out. All right, guys, so just got most of it opened up. You guys have already seen the wheels be opened up. I'm gonna hopefully put the drag radials on on one set, and then I have some NT05s I'm gonna throw on for the fronts, just right now to kind of save some funds and put it to other parts of the project. They should still grip up really well. That's what we run on Cassie's car, and you know, they stop really well, and that's really all this car needs to do for this first part. So anyway, a lot of this stuff is from TREADSTONE. I think I talked about it in a previous video, but TREADSTONE came on and was helping us with this build. So I just really want to show you guys how awesome this is. I really love it. My DJ, he's got a big fat TREADSTONE on his car. The difference is, I think they're about the same CFM or cubic inches. Mine's 4 inches wide or 4.5 inches wide. His is like 3.5, and then mine's a little taller, whereas his is narrower. No, that's opposite. His is taller, mine's shorter. So let's check it out. I mean, just for my hand for reference, I mean, this is a massive core. Massive core. You can see they included some stickers for the sponsorship deal. Those are pretty sick. Some more over here. Hell yeah. Thanks, guys. Oh yeah. Oh, these are sick. Little turbo, pissed off turbo. Hell yeah. And let me show you this oil cooler. This is their largest oil cooler. Look at that. So that'll mount right in front of this. Holy cow, it's just as tall. That makes them mount pretty easy, and it'll look pretty sick. Probably put it off to the side, or probably mount it up and down like that, if I have room. I don't know what I have for real estate back there. I was more than happy to cut some of the bumper and some of the crash bar back there to fit this intercooler. I'll find a spot for the oil cooler. If I had to guess, I mean, I can always cut a little vent in the bumper and do kind of like a fog light mod. I think the NA Miatas with fog lights look really, really good. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. So I'm just gonna clean up here. If I find another box, I'll let you guys know. And then I'm heading out to the shop to work on the EcoBoost Miata. Kind of a big update on that. We're not gonna be using that big Speedway performance wiring harness anymore. After looking into it, I bought a switcher with a breaker panel on it, and it has just enough channels and switches for everything I need, plus some. So we're just gonna end up doing that. It'll simplify the wiring and it'll tidy it up. Hopefully I can get that done today. I drew out all the circuits and all the routing and stuff like that at work this past week. So I have a really good understanding, labeled every single relay, every single flasher mod and relay, and everything. So everything is ready to go. Hopefully do that. I got a bright early morning. It's 8 o'clock right now, about 30 minutes from the shop. So that's what you guys will see next. So, little mistake. Got to the shop, started working on all the wiring, and then started looking at what I was going to be doing for the rest of the day. And I forgot the dash and the switch panel that I had to be wiring up. So got another 20-minute drive back home, and after that I'll bring it back and start tearing into it. I did get the fuse panel removed, so that's good, and everything that was connected to it, so that's out of the way. Now all I have to do is make a male side harness, I guess, for the switch panel and all of those, which is basically just 12 wires. I just have to put my 12-pin Deech connector on, and then after that I need to start running the wires from that need to go to the bus and ignition sources and stuff like that. So shouldn't be too long, but just a funny delay. That sucks, but it happens. All right, so here is the dash. As you can see, that's pretty obvious. So I just made this pigtail from the switch panel. I labeled all the circuits. It's pretty straightforward. So now I have to put that in there. I also labeled this side, and then from there, this is going to be going to all of the body harness. So basically, I'll run you through. So I have 2 ground, switch 1, switch 3, switch 5 on the side, constant power, accessory power, switch 2, switch 4, and switch 6. And basically what that's going to mean, so I have these switches labeled down here. We're going to have high beams, low beams, right turn, left turn, radio, and I forget what this one is. I have to look back at my notes, but pretty simple overall, and that's what we're gonna do, and that's pretty much gonna be able to power most of the circuits, so not too bad. All right, so this is kind of where I finished up for the day. If I do a little bit more, if I do, I'll touch base with you on there. So right now, to kind of continue, here's the male side of that connector. I have all the grounds, the constant power, the accessory power, and low beams and high beams ran. So that's already done and good. All I have left to do is basically I have left turn signals, right turn signals. I need to go get flasher relays for those, and then I can wire those up. Those should be pretty easy. I'm having a difficult time finding information on the rear running lights. I have the front running lights, those are done, but the rear is kind of tied in together, so I need to do some research and figure that out. Not a big deal. Basically, so these 2 yellows right here are the front running lights. The rears, I need to figure out. That's just going to be a later problem. I think it might be the solid green. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's kind of a cluster right now. I don't really know what I'm, gonna have to do. I have turn signals here. Again, these are gonna get wired into this, which goes to the switch panel. But I think on the rear, these are also the running lights. If you know, comment below. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna be messing around with those. Probably just adding some power since I already have grounds back there and doing that. So I ran so basically this relay here is from, I have constant power going to the switch. From that ignition switch, it goes over here, it goes to this relay. From that relay on that switch, the keyed switch, it'll power all my accessory power bus. So from there, that'll power things like, it'll give the signal to turn the ECU on and things like that. Things like the radio also. Not many are going to go on accessory, just the stuff that's kind of going to lock it out and make sure it doesn't run without the accessory on. This one, high beams, and then we got low beams here. Those are already ran, minus all I have to do is get a ground bus, connect these. I also have these 2 black wires, which are grounds for the switchboard. After that, like I said, I have left and right turn signals, with left and right turn signals and running lights, and that's pretty much it. And then the car's finished with the body harness being done. I also need to wire up this brake switch, which isn't terribly difficult. I have a new sensor and I have the new connector for it. So I just have to put the new sensor in, put the connector on, and run that. So basically it's going to have a power from the constant power bus over to one side of the switch, and then out of the other side of the switch, it'll go to the brake lights. So not difficult in any mean. I just need to find out at the rear which, if it's a dual filament bulb, I need to figure out which ones are the running lights and which ones are the actual brake lights. And after that, body harness is done. So gonna mess around. The guys have an RS here on the dyno, might record some of those pools. They just installed an exhaust tune, maybe some other stuff, I'm not really sure. Wasn't here for all that, but yeah, that's the progress on wiring. I know it looks like a complete mess, but once I get that connector all wired in, I'll be really happy, because after that I'll go through all of this wiring, harness wrap it, and after it's all harness wrapped, then this is the harness wrap that we're using. After that, we'll be good to go, and I can put carpets back in, seats in, start working on the remote mount shifter once I get the engine trans back in, and then that's it. So, hey guys, so DJ got me back home with the trusty old F-150. Of course, thanks to your roommates. Anyway, really long day. Worked on the EcoBoost Miata. Got a lot done, honestly, you know, from all the wiring that we did. Not too many circuits left on that. Came back, had some fun for the Miata. I actually fixed the exhaust, because it was, when we put the header on, it was pushing it over to the side of the bumper and hitting it, just the way the flange was welded, which kind of sucks. But got that fixed, just two cuts with the hacksaw, and then welded back up. And then Kyle left. I followed him with the Miata since it was already running. Caught up to him in the vet, and then turned back around. Did a little flyby by the house for DJ. Maybe half a mile down the road, it lost the gear. So I'll make sure to make a video of us tearing into that and putting the Torsen swap in. But tonight we're going to our fraternity's ribbon cutting ceremony on our new house. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for all the future videos. There's still a lot of wiring to be done. We're doing a Torsen swap on the Miata. I already have one sourced out. One of the guys I'm meeting tonight at the fraternity has a Mazda Speed Miata drive shaft for us. So it's all coming together. And so Cassie's Miata is getting a Torsen swap and a brakes, or 1.8 brakes later down the road. I already have all that. Just whenever the brakes on it right now go bad, I'm gonna do that. And then lots of wiring. Well, actually not a lot of wiring. Most of the wiring's already done. Once the wiring's done, which is honestly only 3 more switches to wire up, really super easy. Once that's all done, engine trans go in, and then we start fabricating, doing all the fun stuff. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because it's gonna get really fun here in the next month or two. So see you guys, have a good day.